Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental and physical health are good and fit. So today I'm going to talk about this. Take a full responsibility of your life. What does that mean? I'm talking from the aspect of being a victim mode, getting out of the victim mode, being responsible of your life. So victim mode is something that I used to be. Always somebody else's fault. Always something around you, your environment, the setups, how you brought up, and whoever, did something to you. It's all their fault mindset. And it's so easy to blame others or environments, for your life not being great. And when you keep yourself in that loop, your life gets tougher because you are not really taking what the life is all about. You're here to learn things, and then you have one theme to learn. Your soul wanting to learn one theme, and you are the one who decided to be the best environment possible to learn that theme. And that itself, the concept is so foreign. To me, it was very foreign to me when I first heard about it. It's like, what do you mean? Like, do you mean that I chose my own parents who are very harsh on me? Like, I just couldn't understand what it meant. But now, when I look back, okay, I know why. Because go through that, say for instance myself, go through the hardship with my parents, I learned so much about the strength, inner strength, because I needed to have that in order to survive, and also to observation skill for other people, and have the good feel from other people too, because the way I was brought up, always being supervised, and I just had to, I guess, sharpen my senses for other people to survive. And overall, that I kind of understand the human nature much better, because just the way the setup was. And of course, I was in this victim mode for a long time, literally for many years. I wish I knew to, get out of that loop in the early days. But I had no idea. I didn't know. So I just stayed and blamed everything on other people, other things. I have no, the right environment to do things. I have no money because, this and that. And because of my parents, because of that person. I was blaming everything outside of me. So when you focus in outside and live in a victim mode, meaning that you blame everything that happened in your life on other people or environments around you, you're gonna live the living hell. It's so tough. And then if you don't realize, what's been happening, and universe will give the different version with a different strength. It's as if it's telling you, wake up, notice, I've been giving you this lesson over and over, get over it, that sort of message. But to me, when I was in a loop, I had no idea. So, oh my God, there's another one. And then you just get into the loop, and your life gets so much harder and harder as the years go by, because you never learn. So when you are in this victim mode, of course your life is harder, and you start attracting the same pattern over and over. For instance, okay, so you're under so much control. And then when you grow up, you attract people like, say, the girlfriend or boyfriend who controls you, or your boss, who controls you as well, because you just need to see what's happening in this pattern, to get out of that. But if you don't, it's just giving you the same scenario in a different version, in a different strength. So when you look internally, you kind of realize like what's really happening, and then when you realize that pattern, that's the moment you can get out. And when you focus, for instance, the people who say successful or having a really great life, they don't have everything you think they do. And they might have a really bad health or a bad environment, parents abandoned them, or just they had a horrible time growing up, or really poor, but they just didn't let themselves be in that loop of, the victim mode. They rather gather themselves together and take the events as a neutral. This meaning that, okay, so the human world, just put this is good, this is bad, but the actual event itself is neutral. It's just how we perceive it as good and bad. So take that event as neutral, then you decide yourself to feel, how you feel. Is it good and bad? So people who, step up, even though they had a tough time in a childhood, for instance, they see the world in their own eyes, not what other people or environment telling you. They have this inner strength, or how do I say it? Your inner strengths are matching with your who you really are, so that you take that experience and turning it into a great ones. For instance, even though you have the bad experience, that really made you grow to be who you are. Without that experience, maybe you're not that strong, maybe you're not that patient, or you didn't have that perspectives, right? So all those experiences in the past actually grew you to be who you are. So there are so many examples of actual people who gone through such a hardship, but the end result is just beautiful life that they have. Like they have strength and stamina or energy and positivity and a different perspective of life. So when you realize that you're in this pattern, you're one step ahead to get out of that loop, to actually see who you really are and live who you are. That's where it's very, very crucial, because that's where you want to be. You don't want to be, in a turmoil and being affected by others or other environments. Your life, it's gonna get all, it's like through the waves that you have no control over. But when you realize you have the full responsibility of what's happening because you chose to, be where you're at, then you take, either good and bad, it's all coming from you, it's all the perception of you, thinking one way or the other. Then you have the control of, what's really happening, and adjust the way you perceive things. And when you have that skill, or more like when you notice that methods, I would say, it really opens up your world, opens up the perspective, opens up your ability and potentials, because you're no longer being affected by people around you, or events around you. You're so aligned with yourself and you're really truly living yourself. And that really expands yourself. You try a lot of things and you discover who you really are from day to day. So get out of this victim mode is very crucial to live the life that you desire. Okay, so see you.